What's really good, guys? It's your boy, FFL Commissioner Hatter Ali in the building, and we got three of the main people from the FFL League that I had to bring on, man. I mean, look, it is what it is. I had to do it. On my right side, we got the current, or last year's champion, Mister the Guru. All right, Raja, man, what's going on with you? On the bottom, we got a dude who really, came up out of nowhere the last year. I got to give it to him, man. You came up in fantasy, bro, Mr. Mene. So I give some props to you. And then, last but not least, a guy that kind of came off. He was under the radar, but he is right now the second leading FFL player with the record wise for all 3 years, Mr. Hamza, also in the building. Man, what's going on, bro?
Yo,
All
happy to be
good,
here.
all good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I mean, listen,
pleasure,
listen.
pleasure to join this.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely. And I
appreciate it.
mean, draft is within a week away. All right. I know we've been doing a mock draft. We'll be busting our tails and stuff like that. But listen, time is almost near and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys are ready. Now, let's talk about some of these current events that's going on right now in NFL that might be kind of playing with our choices. Like, for example, running back issues. Man, running back issues are needed, right? There was always a thing where there was always a thing where, like, you know what, bro, we need a running back. We need those two solid guys so we can survive or what have you. But now they have, I mean, obviously wide receivers come and go. Now, when it comes to these running backs, let's start with you, Roger, man. What do you think? What's your outlook on that, man? Like everyone with the whole contract issues, and if you're like on the board, man, I mean, you got to pick a dude up. You got someone like JT and stuff that's having all these issues, man. What you thinking about?
Honestly, uh, I'm a first running back pick kind of a guy. I have picked. I'm a very old school mentality picking because it's hard to get a good running back. In the first couple of rounds, 3 rounds. So always my aim is to get a good running back. But you're right about it. You hit it right because with all these contracts and how this market is for the running backs, they're not either motivated or they're frustrated. So it is crazy. Like should we invest in them? Because I'm always looking at them first when I mean, you can see my track record. I always pick running back, always. So this is the first time I'm thinking, should I or should I not? So because of all what's going on. So yeah, I mean that's a good valid point. Like, uh, I'm an Austin Eckler guy. I picked him last year. I want to pick him this year too, but with that question mark on his contract and how they treated him, in the off season, it just for me it's like I'm still a little hesitant, to go to him and get him. I,
Right.
I might be surprised if he's still there at 5 because the way he played the last 2 seasons, he might not be
Right.
there. But if he's there, I might still pick him. I'm gonna take my chances, but I won't be too confident. Let's put it that way. This year, But yeah, it's hard. I mean, running back is, but it's deep at the same time too. Honestly, there's a lot of
Right.
good running backs which were who are like rookie running backs. So I will say if somebody is not going with a hero running back approach and want to go later, I mean, it's deep enough to kind of somebody can pick good running back at the middle rounds and those things, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, to add on to your point, like it's rare to find like a true three down back like nowadays, especially for fantasy. Like
True.
teams split carry so often, like you'll find good depth in the later rounds.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree on that. Manny, what you think, man? I mean, you tripping on the running backs right now, bro?
Man is a Chargers fan. He's gonna back up his boy.
Oh yeah, no, definitely to piggyback off what Rob just said in terms of the player that he named, which is Austin Eckler. Shout out to Eck. If I mean, obviously I'm picking 8, so I know there's a slim chance I would get him if somebody is smart enough to at least pick him, which I assume somebody would be. In terms of like the entire market, I just think it's more of the financials. I think the running backs will still, get their lion's share of production. I would say like people like McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, who else? Josh Jacobs, if he's able to get back into the building. I think the true solid bell cow running backs will still get their touches. Overall, though, it does kind of make fantasy interesting in hindsight, because now there's some nice combos. You see what happened in New York with the Jets with Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook, and now you
That's true.
with Stevenson and Zeke. So even though the backs are still nice, and I think they're still gonna work hard because they're still getting paid good money, I think it now you have to kind of look for like the hidden gems. It kind of makes you do more of your homework and say, okay, I do like Stevenson from New England, but I know he's playing carries with Zeke, so maybe he might end up being a second round pick instead of an initial late first round pick.
Right,
So
right.
you strategize a little bit more, but it's definitely interesting for sure.
Hey, Mene, man, I gotta let you know right now, Roger, before you put your ad on, Mene, man, when
That's
you
fine.
come to the draft, my boy, you better wear some type of suit and tie because you talking like some fantasy analyst list right now. I don't know if you saw me. I was smirking the whole time when you started. I was like,
That's
Mene, bro,
true,
you
man.
coming? Mene, you right, bro? You doing your homework, man. I ain't gonna lie with you now, man. After you talk your mad talk right there, bro. Hey, man, I got my eyes on you now. I mean,
He knows
You
his
got
stuff.
your eyes everywhere,
Yeah.
boy. I know you stay lurking. It's all good though.
hey,
I'm
Mene,
ready for
No,
you.
hey, that was some good input that I haven't heard from many of the people that I brought on. That's a good point. And speaking of that, he kind of took a little shot at you. I mean, Zeke's in here in your team. You're a Pats fan, bro. Tell me what's going to go on. Tell me the addition of Zeke. Tell me how you feel. Tell me how that's going to affect the whole fantasy situation for your boy Stevenson.
Yeah, I feel good about it. From a fantasy perspective, Ramondre, he's a surefire second round pick prior to the Zeke signing. But Zeke, he's not what
yeah,
he was a few years ago. Like he's not that three down back. He's not gonna get you like 50, 60 catches, but he's still a very good goal line back. So Ramondre had 5 rushing touchdowns last year. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he has 5 again because Zeke is gonna get all the goal line carries. Like Bill Belichick, he's known for not really going with a bell cow back. He's always been known to like put touches among the backs. So don't be
Right.
surprised if Ramondre does not put up like legit RB2 numbers.
Right.
Personally, if I wanted to draft him, I wouldn't take him. Definitely not late first round. Maybe a second round pick, but I think if I took him, it would be third, fourth round. Just because of the the value that Zeke brings, especially on those goal
Right.
line carries.
Right.
I
I mean,
totally
from an
agree.
yeah, from like a real life NFL perspective, it's better for the team. Because Ramondre, he's not really proven yet as a 3 down back. Last year we had Damian Harris. But from a fantasy perspective, though, like it's gonna affect Ramondre, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Yep, I agree.
And Roger, you had Ramondre. That was your boy last year. And I
I,
tried to know the hell out of you on WhatsApp, trying
yeah,
to get him for some chump change for some cornballs, right? But
you try cheap, man. It's not gonna work ever.
listen, you have to try cheap now. I mean, everyone. Matter of fact,
Nothing wrong with that.
talking about trying cheap. This is actually the podcast where I do the players that I do the most trade with, in the sense of trying to talk cheap, man. So my boys here, we all know about all of that mess. You feel me?
Of
But
course, of course.
listen, you gotta try, man. Sometimes a birdie
Hey,
gotta try. But
I give you the points for trying. I'm not kidding. You were like going in all in on that. Trying different combinations. I keep saying no. I like man. You need to stop because this is not gonna work. Because you're asking for a stud for a cheap chunk. He's not gonna work, man. You need a stud. You
listen,
give a stud to me.
listen, hey, listen. Sometimes, brother. Sometimes these mind games work, bro. Sometimes they
Hey,
work. I ain't gonna lie.
you're good at it.
I mean,
You're good
I
at
mean,
it. I give you that. Like I say.
and I'm gonna sit here and obviously playing with all you guys for almost probably 5 or 6 years. I mean, I'd had gotten all y'all one time for a fleece trade, and I remember that all of y'all. At least I got one each from every one of you guys in
Of
the
course.
past 5 years. Which obviously we think about it now, but like, bro, why did I do that? So it does work, but obviously being with the same person in the league for too long, then there's always that stopping point, right? That okay, it's not gonna happen no more. But so obviously in this league, I mean, all of us are dogs and all of us know each other. So obviously, those trades are not going to really work anymore. Now, we were talking about Stevenson and Raja. I know you were very high on him last year. You picked him very high as well. I know you on the sofa. I was like, bro. I mean, I know. Okay, we all know the story. Okay, we
You
all know
looked
the
at
story.
me when I picked
Yeah,
him.
we
You
all know the
stared at
story.
me actually.
You came to the house. You're like, man, I
Yeah.
need to get some buzz, right? I said, all right, bro, we can get some buzz for you. We can go to ABC store. You got to chug all the bottles you need to do before we go in the draft because I ain't do that mess in my house. You feel me? So you did all that. You came to the house. You sat on the sofa next to Connor. And I'm like, man, this boy, you hyphy as hell, right? I'm like, man, I don't know. I mean, I was like, man, it's in the Punjabi blood. I said, maybe he still got something on us. You know what I'm saying? So you start drafting all these players, getting Kenneth Walker. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, Roger? I mean, I wasn't trying to tell everyone that you was hyphy, but I was like, Roger, what you doing, bro? Like, you saw that. I was like, Roger,
Is
you
liquor
good?
talking?
I said, Roger,
No,
you good?
I did my research. I did my research on that.
All the players you picked that all these people at the draft was confused about was the main dudes that took you to the championship and won you that chip, bro. So I gotta applaud
Yeah,
you for that,
thank you.
bro, and
I
I gotta
appreciate
put
that.
respect on that to
Yeah.
you. And then speaking of that, Stevenson, let's put him aside. There's a lot of people talking about Kenneth Walker. I know Hamza, you're a Kenneth Walker guy. I know that too.
He got
Now,
me a chip last year. Yeah.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's talk about Kenneth Walker. Let's talk about some of the fundamentals he could have this year in fantasy. How do you think he's going to do this year, man?
I think it all depends on his health, bro. Like when he's healthy, he's one of the more underrated backs in the league.
Right.
I think right now he has some kind of hip or ankle issue, but when he's healthy, he's a solid, I'd say probably third round pick.
Right.
But you know Pete Carroll, you know how they run their offense in Seattle. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
always going to utilize 2-3
Mm-hmm.
backs.
Right.
So and plus they drafted Zach Charbonnet in the second round. So
Yeah.
like Kenneth Walker's ceiling is not going to be as high as it was last year.
Right.
But I think if he's healthy, he's definitely worth that third round pick.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And I think Kenneth Walker. I mean, like I said, I think he just needs to stay healthy. He is a little bruised. He's a little bruising type of back, so he does. He does perform
Yeah,
when he's in there. I mean, we have all seen it, and there's no question
yeah.
about that.
He's a
And
bruiser, but don't forget it. I think last year he had about like 30, 40 catches.
oh yeah, definitely.
He has the speed.
He
Mene
definitely
knows
does.
because he cooked up his charges last season.
Everybody be cooking us up, so he just
Okay,
won
man.
the money, won the money.
I mean,
Yeah,
let's
I think Seattle works like New England. You know, they're
right,
always like their way of coaching is like Hamza said. Always there
right,
are multiple backs. Always there's no clear cut winner when it comes to carrying the ball. So yeah, you're right. I mean, I got lucky a little bit. I think you need luck too, in fantasy. Walker was like you got hot at the right time, and I forgot their main back who got injured. Uh,
Yeah,
you
Rashad
know, he got
Penny.
injured. Exactly, he got injured because I knew that the guy has a history of injury, and I knew that this guy is a good rookie running back, so I just invested in him. Sometimes it pays off too. Just luck need to play also in some time. In those cases,
right, right.
honestly.
No, it definitely does.
So
And
yeah.
let's go back. Let's go back to when Hamza, you were talking about Zeke and your boy over there with Zeke Stevenson. The offensive line. Obviously needs some type of, you would say, reproduction in a sense. I know one of my good friends actually close to Mr. Trent Brown. You know what I'm saying? Big boy. You know what I'm saying? That's my dude. Now, beside him, do you think some of the people over there, man, need some help in the offensive line to give them a push to the next level when it comes to performance wise?
You mean like who else on the offensive line is like who you mean who else needs to step up or
Yeah. Do you think your offensive line where it needs to be?
yeah, I think so. We have a bunch of studs that are underrated. Last year's first round pick, Cole Strange, he plays left guard. He's a
Okay.
dog. We
Right.
have one of the more underrated centers in the league, David Andrews. It's like our offensive line is built to like strengthen the run game. So I mean, to be honest, we're going to be a run first team. So
Right.
I
No,
would,
yeah, definitely.
yeah. So
True.
I think like eventually as the season goes on, like Zeke's value and Ramonda's value is going to increase, especially
Right.
as like injuries happen across the league. But yeah, I think when it comes to our offensive line, like we're definitely built to like sustain a good run game.
For sure. And
And
you know,
and
obviously,
yeah,
go ahead.
no, and it definitely helps out Mac Jones too, you know, on the play
Oh
action
yeah.
leagues.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, obviously, Hamza, we know you're a big fan of Pats, and we all damn well know that you're gonna pick one player from the Pats. We know. Okay, we all know.
Yeah.
We all know you're gonna pick one
A
Second
player.
bad
half of it,
fantasy. That's a bad fantasy strategy.
We
Don't get
know
So
Hamza. We know.
don't get emotional.
I remember 3 years ago, bro. I gave this boy. The season didn't even start, bro. I was like, let me hit my boy Hamza up. I look. This is what I did. Obviously, now it doesn't even matter. I can tell you my secrets. I get the players that my peeps need, right? I get this boy Edelman. I was like, I ain't gonna use this boy Edelman at all, bro. So when the season didn't start, I hit Hamza up. I was like, hey, bro, I give you Edelman. Give me Calvin Ridley. This boy didn't even think twice. He said, bro, go ahead, send that trade in, bro. I'm like, what? I was like, hold up. I threw my phone. I was like, bro, this boy's serious right now. Bro, I
hey
was like, bro,
man,
I accepted that joint like this, bro. So
no.
we all
I
know.
don't know if you remember, I didn't accept it right away. It took like a solid 2 days for me to accept that trade. But yeah,
Hey,
but
listen,
like here's
you
the
blessed
thing,
me with
like
that, bro. You blessed me with that.
yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah. I don't know if he knows, but after that, we haven't had like no any major trades.
Oh no, we did not. We definitely did not have a
Yeah.
major trade. But we all know that if one of you guys, Mene, Raja, any of you, if you all pick Stevenson and Zeke, we could try to get Hamza blindsided, man.
Hey
Maybe.
man, listen, it would
Point to
have
be
worked three
noted. We
years ago. It's
noted.
not gonna work today.
If
It would have
you
worked
got
3 years
both of
ago.
them, you'll definitely get them. If you got both of them on the team, Ramondre and Zeke, he definitely biting for a deal. You just need to have both.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll do one though.
Hey man.
He's smarter than that now.
Yeah. Hey, that's so in our league with our cuties league last year. That's why I drafted Mike Williams early because I was trying to like somehow like convince Mene to trade for him, but it didn't work
Right.
out.
Oh yeah. Well,
It
see,
does work
Mene,
time to
now
time.
good thing you
Oh,
said
because I
Mike
had
Williams.
Keenan. That's why. Okay.
Hamza,
Right?
good thing you
Yeah.
said good thing you said Chargers. Mene, man, we need a 5 minute of you just explaining your team, where it's at right now. And you know, all the painful stuff that you've been suffering. Okay. I mean, we gotta talk about, you know, Quentin Johnston coming in. You know, we're not just don't tell too much about Quentin Johnston because you know we don't want someone to, you know, get the right player in the draft. But give a little you taste it on Quentin Johnston and just talk about overall the Chargers, man. Like, what do you think? What do you expect from them this year, bro?
So being a longtime Chargers fan, it is roller coaster. It is expected but unexpected. It is false hope. It is a failed and a happy marriage, bro. It's so crazy, but that's why I love my team because we're not that buttered enough to not be relevant most seasons. But whenever it's time to take that next step, we definitely make the game interesting. Like we rarely get blown out. Like
Right.
our teams are more times than not like competitive. But
Right.
even like as of recent history, being up what 21, 24 points, and
Right.
all of a sudden finding the way to grab defeat out of the hands of victory. You know, that game should have been sealed, but it's not.
Right.
But now, in terms of future outlook, though, I definitely feel positive.
Right.
It is a lot of dogs, straight Rottweilers, straight pit bulls in the AFC. I think there will be at least 2, 3 teams who are playoff worthy that
Right.
won't get in.
Right.
I do think, in terms of the top guns, I do think, you know, obviously I love Herbert. I'm not going to cap and say he's the best quarterback,
For
but
sure.
overall, I would say that I still at least have a dog in a dog fight. I don't have
Right.
a chihuahua, you know. And I think with the surrounding pieces of
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson, now if Keenan could stay healthy, because last season I was banking on that productivity because him and Herb are almost building that Rivers Allen type connection that y'all saw from time to time if you watch the Chargers game. But if Allen can stay healthy and Joe Everett and the rest of our backup tight ends can at least be somewhat productive, I think overall our defense is just right outside the top 10, but still competitive enough to be good. That as long as Herbert can take that next step and progress as a quarterback, which he hasn't regressed, sometimes he gets shaky and needs to take that next step. But now I think there's no excuse. I think it's like either, shut up and prove it. And, if we nice, then this is the season. But obviously we got Mahomes to contend with. And right now it seems like this is like the new, like how the Patriots dominated 15, 20 years. It may seem like this is what the Chiefs are, and we may just be that, second dog in the kennel. So we just gotta, try to put it together, see what's up. But it's the Chargers, so you just never.
No,
I want to add
and
something to that. I
right.
think I agree with Mene because I really hope the quarterback gets really get going this year because he got a new contract and a new OC.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah,
so
I was just about
hopefully
to bring
that
that up.
will, yeah. So I really hope for him, to do good because I think he got all the talent in the world, man, to get
Yeah.
to the next level. So hope so. I hope
I
so
think
too.
the biggest reason why I think Herbert's going to take that leap is mainly because they got Kellen Moore. Like, look at what Kellen Moore did for Dak and that Cowboys offense. Like, they
Yeah.
every season they got better and better. Like
Right.
Yep.
last year down the stretch, Herbert he didn't play as well as he usually does. And I feel that's going to be a big boost for him. I mean that and like Quentin Johnston.
yeah.
Well,
No,
that was a
definitely.
good point.
Those are great points, but I would say it's also Brandon Staley. Hopefully, he's grown with the experience because even not considering that we had a bad OC last year, he made certain decisions where I feel like he definitely shouldn't have risked it or definitely made the claim certain games closer than what it should have. So I hope he'll grow too because at the end of the day, coaching isn't everything, but coaching does matter.
Coaching
So
matters,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just hope that he's good enough because there's two sides of a coin.
I mean,
So
Yeah, and
that's a great point because sorry to cut you, Hamza, but I think
you're good.
because sometimes with the experience, like for example, I can think of um, who's that uh, the Green Bay no, not the Green Bay, the ex Green Bay quarterback uh,
Rogers.
Aaron
the Aaron Rodgers, right? So Aaron Rodgers is like a perfect example of like changing, the play on the fly, even though the coach is being saying something and he is doing something what he see on the field because that's his experience. And, he learned from all those years, and I think I'm hoping Herbert do the same thing. If coaching, of course, is one, but yes, his past mistakes should teach him to change things, read the defenses right, and take some decisions by himself and do
Yeah.
the right thing. So
yeah, Valley, good point, Roger. That's definitely
Yeah.
he needs to grow
I
too.
mean,
He needs to be
you need to
clutch.
grow.
He
to
got the
be
bag.
honest,
He needs to show us why he's like that because he has all
yeah.
the
Exactly.
pieces down. So
They paid him well. They better show up. This time.
for
Don't be
sure.
surprised if somebody like the Chargers backup running backs kind of break out because the way
In
that Kellen Moore
preseason, did y'all
used
see?
Zeke
Sorry to
and
cut you
Tony
off, Hamza.
Pollard.
Did y'all see that preseason game?
Yeah, I did definitely. I
Yeah,
definitely
I
saw
saw
that.
Oh,
that. Yeah.
I mean, the
Hey
thing
man,
is,
let's see.
the thing is, Mene, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Quentin Johnston ain't a joke. This boy, I feel like he might be one of the top dogs in your team this year. Keenan Allen, come on, man. I ain't gonna hate on the brother, but I mean his time is over, man. I mean, this boy just gets
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I mean, he's
I feel
So when
like
productive.
he's healthy, he's a PPR like
that's true.
threat.
But
Like
when I see Keenan Allen's name in my head, all I see is a dude that needs to be on a beach chilling with his family. He done with football, man. Like, listen, this boy needs to put on some Birkenstocks or something like that. He a brother light skin, bro. He needs to be chilling. He's done, bro. Listen. He got the beard going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the young cat no more. When I think about Keenan Allen, like I said, I think he's not at his peak no more. He's just chilling, right? He's after hours now, right? I feel like Quentin Johnston, he comes in. This boy is not a joke. I feel like he's gonna come in here and he's gonna. I'm not gonna be surprised if he leads or is a second leading receiver for the Chargers.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Mene?
To be honest, I actually wouldn't be surprised either. He's a first round pick, so I would expect them to feature him from the little clips that my team posts on their social media website. He definitely looks like he has a solid opportunity and potential to do good. I think definitely with Herbert, with us being a pass happy offense, I think he has the chance to put up yards. But I also think it's still dogs among dogs in a sense, because we all can't forget about Mike Williams. I don't think Mike Williams is going to take a back seat, to be honest.
Well, let's talk about Mike.
And
Williams.
he's younger too. He's younger compared to Allen.
Now, tell me a year that Keenan Allen and Mike Williams were never hurt. Just tell me. It's hard.
2018.
Okay, 2018. Who was it again that wasn't hurt the whole season?
I think we got knocked out at the playoffs by the Patriots.
You guys, we knocked y'all out the playoffs.
Yeah.
We blew you guys out too. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh man, well you won't have too much of that going on, so enjoy that.
Hey,
But listen.
Recent history doesn't say that.
Have changed, my boy. Start suffering like us.
And last 3 times we played you guys, we blew y'all out in LA.
With the
I don't
GOAT,
remember that.
but now that it's Mac Jones, I think your memory might
Bad
be
blood right here,
We
man.
blew
Bad
y'all
blood.
with Mac Jones.
And see, Roger, backstory. They know each other since the little bitties, man. So since kindergarten and stuff like that. So they got little
I see
Yeah,
that. I see what's going on here. Okay, good to
Yeah,
know.
but,
I've known Mene since I was 16 years old, bro. Yeah, we grew up
that's
together.
sweet. That's
But
sweet.
like I was saying, I feel like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams always stay hurt. I mean, there's always I mean, whenever there's a Sunday before one, you always look. Tell me who did not ever. If we ever had one of them, every time we had to go click on his name, make sure he's right. I mean, that happened many times. So I feel like Quentin Johnston comes in and he gonna perform, and he might be one of these low key under the radar type of guys, man. I mean, I hope. I mean, listen, if one of y'all pick him, I ain't gonna be that mad. But I hope one of y'all don't pick him, because I ain't gonna let. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. That boy on the radar now. But I mean, I'll see what.
Too.
I will definitely see where and when he falls. If it's the right moment, I'll take the shot. But when it comes to Ekeler, man, okay, you're picking round 8, right? No, pick 8.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Ekeler is gonna have the same performance he did last year?
I do, just because the team knows how valuable he is. It has that camaraderie and that relationship with Justin Herbert. Kellen Moore is a brilliant mind, so he would be dumb to not incorporate him into the offense, and just due to him just being a scoring machine. I remember, obviously, y'all know I'm a Chargers fan, but I remember I can't recall who had him, but I know when I would always look at his stats, because obviously I like looking at my player stats, and I would look his stats up in fantasy, and I would see him go crazy. Like he would have like 31 points one game. Went off, I remember one season dropped like 44 points, and I'm just like, damn, like whoever has him, one, I'm jealous because he's on my team, but 2, like this motherfucker is cooking. So he's definitely, if he was there, I would definitely take him, but obviously I'm pick 8, so y'all lucky mofos will have your nice options to choose from.
Yeah.
Which I know out of this 3, I know one of y'all will probably take him.
Well, no one. I mean, no one here can take. I mean, Roger. I mean, what pick you again?
I'm on 5th.
Oh, okay. So you might
have a chance.
You have a chance.
I might have a chance.
Me, Hamza, we gonna be sleeping.
Hamza, what's your pick?
I'm 11 hitters 12.
Yeah, so we gonna be sleeping.
Hater got it good because he gets that back-to-back pick.
But listen, I mean, the back-to-back is
lucky.
gonna be some. It's gonna be some hairballs, man. It ain't gonna be the
I love to
prime
be
players.
11th
Ain't gonna be
pick
the
or
prime
12th,
time.
man. I know that back
I
to
mean,
back
look,
is
I did
always
the whole mock
the
draft.
best.
I mean, yes, that's true. 12 back-to-back, no problem. But the thing is, that player is obviously gonna be not so valuable, but valuable. All right, it's a 12th pick and will never compare to a 4th pick, a first pick, or a second pick. From what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Here's
if
one
he,
thing I'll mention though. Like, if you have the 4th pick, you're not picking till like almost 30. So you're gonna get like someone who would be worth and this is a 12-man league, so like you'd be getting someone who'd be worth like a third or fourth round pick in a 10-man league. But if you have that 12th pick back to back, you can get 2 top 15 players.
yeah,
with
I do
benefits.
agree with Hamza. So so when I got 12th, I wasn't actually mad at all. I mean, I kind of was in when it was live, when it was happening, I started tripping out for a little bit. I don't know if y'all remember, but the thing is, it's it's just that it's not bad. It's definitely bad. I feel like the worst picks are around like the 6th pick, 7th pick, something like that. It's just
Close
puts
to
you in a
mine,
weird
right?
position. Huh?
Yeah, close to my number, right?
Close.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Mene,
say.
your spot is terrible.
I mean, yeah,
Right.
your spot,
I
Mene,
know.
Mene,
I'm not
Mene. But look, listen, your spot is terrible. But at the same time, bro, I mean, listen, we will guarantee you one dog, bro. Right? It'll be one dog, right? So
Of course.
it's so the
And
one dog.
always hope that always hope many that the guy in front of you make a mistake so that you take advantage. You never know.
Matter
You
of
never
fact,
know.
let me see. Let me open my
True.
dictionary here. Let me open my
Yeah,
dictionary. Let me
go ahead.
see.
I'm getting my charger by the way. I'm running out of charge. I'll be back.
No problem. Let me see your dictionary. Let me see the dictionary here. All right. So who is before you, Mene? Oh my God, you might have a chance. You might have a chance for a stolen player, bro. I ain't gonna throw shade on him, but who's picking before you is Sikander, bro. So, as long as long as the boy. As long as the boy don't pick Julio Jones,
Yo, he's gonna draft Tom Brady in the first round.
as long as my dude don't pick Julio Jones, bro, bro, you got it good, bro. I'm telling you. But
Yeah, no, we'll see. I personally have a question for y'all because I'm right now. I'm competitive, but I'm talking in a room full of champions. So I'm asked Roger when he comes back since he is also the reigning champ as well. But
wow,
what did
you
you
made a
guys?
great point. You made a very great point. You're in a podcast with a champion, bro.
That's true.
You feel me?
That's very
So
true, man. That is
I could
definitely true.
definitely, yeah, I know my place. I'm new to the fantasy shit. This will be my third season doing this, so y'all are definitely more experienced. But I'm definitely here to tell y'all, with time, I'm coming for sure. So I'm definitely trying to add my face to the Mount Rushmore. But that being
No, Manny,
said,
I definitely gotta give you props. I mean, before you were having technical issues, we were all talking about how you kind of stepped up in the last 2 years, and when you came in with the first session of you talking, man, I mean, I couldn't stop. I mean, I was just chuckling the whole time. I was like, man, this boy Benny really doing some homework, bro. You really in the lab. So now I know what this background is where you're sitting at. That's the lab, bro. That's where do your Googles, bro. You feel me?
Mene knows his stuff. Yeah,
yeah, no,
Definitely.
but no, yeah. Well, at least I'm trying. But piggybacking off of you saying doing homework and knowing my stuff. Like you always know all the players. Hey, you seem to always be plugged in real life and in fantasy, man. So in terms of how y'all know these hidden gems, because obviously that first second pick you're always gonna get that one or two dogs because there's just
Right.
a nice amount of dogs in the league. But with it being such a deep league,
Right.
like what do you guys look for on your free time whenever y'all aren't working or doing family stuff? Like, are you just looking at each like a new team each day? Oh, let me check on what the Buccaneers are doing or who's nice, or let me go watch a Seahawks and see who's nice, or let me go watch a Browns game and see who's like, how do y'all get this info so that way? Because obviously you have to nail more than one or two picks for you to be a champion. So
Right.
what is you guys' secret sauce? Obviously, you're not gonna give me the secret sauce, but just give me a trail. Like, what do you guys? How do you guys know about these hidden gems? What do you do in preparation? Do you prepare, or do you just take your knowledge that you already know and just say, bump it? I'm gonna just throw some picks out there and choose somebody. Like
Well,
how do you prepare?
well, Roger, you were gone. He wanted to ask because this is a podcast full of champions, right? So he wanted to ask us a little advice. So that was his advice. Perfect one. What I would have to say to that is, before heading to the draft, it can't just be a week before. But I mean, obviously,
True.
you can start. It's still no late. You're still not late. You always need that one low key player, bro, that you need to draft. There needs to be that one player that you have been following the whole off season. Doesn't matter if he's a rookie or if he's not a rookie. Doesn't matter if someone in his team got traded, got demoted, or whatever the case is. There has to be that one player that you need to draft that you had your Googles on for the longest. And I feel like that one player could always be that player that could lead you to success and that could lead you to the Super Bowl. So always see, obviously keeping tabs on all players can be hard, but you can never go wrong with that one player that you want and that you think that no one is thinking about. So I feel like, to me, like what really helped me out is just get that one person, that one low key player, and just go with your gut on him, right? If you don't need to think twice, you just can't think twice. You do your Googles, you know what he is, you know how you value him, and you're good to go. Like I remember in I think it was 2019. We were all at my house in the Cuties League, and the last pick of the draft, I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I don't know many if you were there or Hamza. I don't think you were there, but most of them there. So I was like, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. This one last player I'm gonna pick, you ain't ready for him. He's gonna be a dog. And guess who it was? It was Terry McLaurin. Picked him up. People were like, who the heck is this guy, bro? Who the heck is Terry McLaurin, bro? Like, yeah, and everyone was like, what? Who's this dude Terry, bro? Like, people was laughing. And they're like, bro, Terry McLaurin, this is 2019. Who has a name from the 80s, right? I'm like, all right, man, y'all finna see. Week 1, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards, rookie, bro. So just pick one player, go with your gut, and you must draft him. And once you draft him, just don't take no regrets. Just draft him and go with your gut. That's what my advice would be. Hamza and Raja, you can always tell your advice as well.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
solid. I like that.
uh,
I like that. Thank you, Aiden.
yeah. I will. My take is this. Yes, I agree with what Heather says. You need that one, hidden gem to be picked and have a home run with that. But what I'll add to that is it's still the kind of competitive league we have with 12 people and everybody know what they're doing. I think you need more than one. You need at least two big playmakers on your team. It can be on the running back side or the wide receiver side. I have always been on the running back, being an old school. So my approach is still same this year. And again, it depends on who's gonna pick in front of me, and it might change who they're gonna pick. But I'm like, I always, if you see my track record, I always pick because they are hard to find. The true running backs, or they're not that many, in the league. So yeah, I still think that you can win the league with decent lineup, but with two studs in your lineup. And of course, if you find the hidden gem, like Heather said, I mean that's a bonus, honestly. But that's a hit or miss sometimes because most of them are normally in the rookie class, and they are like we were talking about. Your boy, who um, Chargers picked. In the first round, the wide receiver. He can be a home run too, just like had the pick. So it's all depend. I always a believer in karma. So you need to have a little bit of luck going with your pick too. So, but yeah, you got to have a couple of studs with decent lineup. That's my take. You know,
Because at least have 2 stars and try to find the hidden gem and just roll with it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely agree with y'all there. So another thing that you could probably do, man, I mean, especially for the off season, you could something that has been working for me the last couple of years has been if you just follow what's been going on in training camp, who's been making plays, who's been getting all the reps at starter. And there's a few hidden gems that you can find if you just follow training camp practices. But when it comes to like winning the draft doesn't mean you win the league. Like throughout the season, you also have to keep monitoring who's been like cooking in practice, who's been getting majority of the reps, you know. Um, Also, if you like on social media, if you follow several fantasy analysts like Adam Rank, Matthew Berry, like they'll always be giving out like, who they believe will be sleepers, and I mean they're smart people, so they know what they're talking about. But that's what helps me
Okay.
a lot.
I gotta shout out my boy Adam Rake, man. You know, podcast coming soon on his podcast. I'll be on there
Nice.
featuring on his Sig podcast.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was looking for that one.
that's my guy. That's my guy. But right now he's at NFL Network. He's doing a lot of videos right now. They called him back up. Right now it's a very busy time for him. We all suppose that though. It's fantasy season. It's that time for the beginning. So, but speaking of FFL, let's cut. We're gonna cut all the malarkey now. We are gonna go one by one, which I did with all the past FFL players. We got 2 more left to join to tell me who they pick. Well, Mene, first I'm gonna begin with you first, Mene.
Okay.
Who do you think? Obviously, you're gonna say yourself is gonna be the winner of FFL Year 4. Who do you think will be against you in the championship this year? Who do you have your goggles on? Who do you think is a risk to your championship this year, man? Which player in the FFL you got your eyes on?
I got you. So which member of the league is the biggest threat, basically?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, um, I think right now, to be honest, not just because it's us and because I'm here, but I think most likely 8 or 9 out of 10 chance that whoever wins the league is gonna be this 4 right here inside this group. Obviously you have the reigning champ Raha, so Mr. Raja, so he's ready to defend his title, and he's the top dog right now. So I would definitely have to say he's the biggest threat just because he's done it as of recent. But yeah, as I mentioned, I think it will definitely be one of you three. Definitely Hamza's always a threat, and you with your job position outside of Raja, I think probably you had her just because I think your job, position is definitely not one to be slept on, and you're plugged in. You definitely know your stuff. I feel like outside of your main job, this is like your second job, low key. this might
Low key.
this might be your first job, for real.
Some of my dudes were
So-
some of my dudes were telling me turn into a fantasy analyst. I'm like, bro, I ain't want to
You
write all
should,
those
man.
articles.
I'm telling
man.
you, like, study your stuff. Go to
I mean,
some type of school or class to just sharpen
I
up.
told him
And
if
you can do
y'all.
it, bro.
No, that's true. I told him if y'all got some podcast stuff going on, I might do all that. But I don't want to do those articles, man. I'm not an article person and all that type of stuff. I mean, most
But
of them
that's
are
part of
all about
that's part of the
articles.
game, Heather. You
Yeah,
got to,
yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah, yeah.
it sounds boring, but I think when you want to go all in on this, I think
Right,
it becomes part of your business, man. I think it's a
right,
business thing.
right,
I mean, unfortunately, you had to chime in everywhere. Not just I
right.
know this is fun,
So
but
I
yeah,
would say
unfortunately.
right now this is kind of like a side. I mean, it's a business like a FFL. I mean, I work from home usually for my restaurant. I only go in one day on Saturday. Rest of the days I work from home, manage from home, everything straight. So obviously I have time in my day. So I'm like, man, I'm sitting at home. I'm like, man, we're doing this FFL. I got my boys, I got my connects. I was like, man, let me just make a FFL company, man. So I took all the logos, past logos, deleted everything out, changed all the usernames, all the stuff, hired a guy to make a logo for us, TM'd it. We got something going, right? So
That's
it's
good.
definitely it is definitely good. It's definitely different. I hate Twitter with a passion, bro. I never even had on Twitter. People was telling me make a Twitter, make a Twitter. I said, all right, man, I don't even know how to use the damn thing. So I made it. See how that goes too as Twitter, because some of the analysts were saying that Twitter is one of the main, online website type thing
Yeah.
where when you post something, it gets the most attraction. So I'm like,
Yep.
okay, and I mean. And I didn't know, so I post one of the snippets with my guy Florio and Fabiano, and I just posted it, and they did the, I don't know, what do you call it, repost or whatever you call it, and when they did that,
Retweet,
the
yeah.
retweet,
Retweets,
it got over 10K views in like 10 15 minutes. So I was like, okay, so I guess it is definitely onto something. So hopefully that goes good. Mene, thank you for your advice. Who you think going to win the chip, and obviously, and I applaud you. You picking the right three guys. Mr. Hamza, we got to come to you, brother. I mean, listen. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. I'm going to let you know right now. I have to go on this list here. You are the second on the list right now, all-time record. Okay, 25-16. Okay, had an amazing record last year, bro. I mean, come on. Only lost one game in the regular season. So listen, we gotta put some respect on that, right? We gotta let him know that he's serious. Now, who do you think besides you? Who do you think is gonna be against you in the chip this year, man?
I'm gonna split this into two categories. So
Okay.
who I think if I made the chip, I'd be playing, but also probably a breakout player. So
Okay.
as far as who I think I'd play in the chip, I think it's gonna be Raja. Just because last year
Man.
I lost twice, and both times were to Raja. Once in the
Wow.
regular season, once in the
Wow.
playoffs.
Did not know that. Thank you for the
Yeah,
analytics. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
I
was
forgot to.
undefeated
Yeah,
until I
man.
played Raja. Yeah, yeah. You were
I
the
did
only
not.
you were the only guy that beat me last year.
I
I
didn't even
remember
know.
You
now.
knocked me
How
out.
can I forget that? Yeah, I didn't even know
Yeah,
about
I
that.
remember
Hey man,
now.
flying under the radar. Yeah. But yeah. Also Hater, like you're up there every season, and then
Appreciate
Mene,
it. Appreciate it.
you're my pick for probably breakout player. Like you have the knowledge, you have that like I'd say work ethic where like you will do your research and adjust your team as the season goes along. But yeah, those are my picks.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mene. I mean, last 2 seasons, you definitely had like I think 6 losses altogether in two of leagues. So I mean, Mene, I gotta applaud you, bro. I mean, you on something different. You really ready to go, and I can't wait how you draft and how everyone drafts actually. And Hamza, thanks for your
Yeah.
feedback. And Raja, we gotta hear it from you, man. We gotta hear it from you.
All right, so
We listen.
it's very simple, man. Very
You know
simple.
everyone. You know everyone. 3 years. You know everyone.
Of course.
Who you know all the people, abusement, Burley Boys, Connor, right? The best in the league as far as it comes. We all know.
Yeah,
We want to
yeah.
know what you thinking, bro. Who do you think is a risk to
See,
you?
see. I know there are some free agents this year, so can't say anything about them. But
No,
whoever I know, most of them are the coming back players.
no,
So
we
we
shouldn't even
all
talk about
kind of
free
know each other.
agents, man. Free agents right now are right here. Right here. Right now we don't care about free agents. I'm sorry, but we don't
Yes,
care about free agents.
yes,
But
yes.
go ahead.
Yeah. So I would definitely say the same thing. Like because I played with you first year in the finals.
Oh,
Lucky you. Lucky you, of course. I
hold
still
on,
kick
hold on.
myself.
Hold on.
You don't need to
Just cause
say. Sorry, I
you
know.
said that, bro. We gotta show the
I know.
digs, boy. We gotta show the digs, bro.
Okay,
That boy got
give
a
me give
spot.
me some credit. Give me some credit when you call me and congratulate me. I'm the one saying, just hold on, bro. It's not done yet. I'm the
Oh, yeah,
one who
I
said that.
called you that night, bro. I was
I
like,
know it's not over.
all
I,
right,
I, it's
congrats.
not my first gig.
I'm finna go to sleep, bro. Congrats. I put the phone. I fell
Anyway,
asleep.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, but you deserved it. Your player, you got hot at the right time for you. But anyway, so you are definitely one I see again, giving me you know that challenge there, and of course Hamza. I know it's like karma. I believe in karma. Sometimes it's you experience something, but that can go vice versa. So I always feel like I have to play really good, and your team has been always good. I mean, I give you that. You have drafted really well, and many. I think I haven't. I don't remember my record with you, but I know for your football knowledge, I always know that you're a threat. So I know you all are, I can see you all there giving me that hard time. But I will add one person, which is Mr. Connor, because the guy definitely deserves. If I don't want, if I lose, I really want to
Connor's
lose to
third
that
place
guy.
3 years in a
I
row.
want to lose to
Keeps
that
on
guy,
getting you, bro.
because the
Go
guy
ahead.
has had always good team, always, and I think he know what he's doing. Of course, it's just the bad luck, what you want to call, or just the players got injured, here and there. It just sometimes doesn't click for him. So if I have to lose, I'd rather lose to Connor this year if I have to.
It's
So so I
actually,
want him
it's
to.
actually, it's funny. None of his players get hurt or nothing. It's just that
They don't get
semifinal
acclimated.
playoff game. That semifinal playoff game, all 3 years in a row, his player doesn't do anything, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is, bro,
that's true.
but it's just
Yeah,
crazy. I mean, yeah.
they
I
don't
mean,
get
I
hot at
also
the right time, unfortunately. Yeah.
I definitely, in my past videos, I definitely also said who I thought was going to win was in the first video that was with our fellow players, Jug and Sherry. I said, Raja, because he's under the radar, like Hamza was saying. I mean, we went to the chip twice. Twice. I mean, one, yeah, he lost to me, but he still went there twice. The only
Yeah.
player in FFL so far to make it even in the chip. People don't know how hard it is to even go to the chip.
It's
The,
hard.
the
That's
chances,
right.
the chances are very slim. And the other person, obviously, I said was Connor because, it's just due time for him. But we shall see, man. We shall see.
Yeah.
Hamza, I definitely got to give it to you as well. Being on the second list is something, and obviously, as of right now, I gotta say it. Hamza is the only one that lost only one game in FFL history, so he's on the board. So he's definitely on
Yeah.
the board. And Mene, hey man, we gotta keep eyes on you this year as well. So new update: when we post every week, everyone faces each other.
Watching.
Oh yeah, exactly. When everyone faces each other, I'm gonna put a record that you guys have against each other with all the 3 years, so you guys are aware. So it will be on Instagram. Everyone have their little mugshot picture when you guys come for the draft. ESPN look type thing. We're gonna put it up. We're gonna put you up here.
Yeah,
Let's say it's
mugshot.
Hamza, not a mug shot, but just like a shot, like a picture shot, right? So let's say Hamza is playing Mene. Hamza, your picture is gonna be here, your player card, Mene's player card, a little, line in the middle. In the middle is gonna be the record between y'all two. And Hamza, you'll be like, okay, what could be good for you during that week you're playing Mene and what's Mene's, upside. So it's gonna be a nice, update in our Instagram. It's gonna be definitely good content. And
The
obviously
mean look. You want the mean look, man?
oh, well, see, I already got my grills ready. I'm gonna take one of those, I'm taking those hood mugshot pictures, man. I mean, I'm gonna have I have the grills ready. All right, I got some
Okay.
bling ready. I ain't
Okay.
smiling in the picture. It's gonna
All
be
right.
some CJ2K type thing. You feel me? So,
Mene
Yeah.
better pull up in a tux.
yeah, I'm telling you.
White beater.
I'm telling you, but
All
I'm
my
telling
bling is in the safe, man. I need to get some. So
you,
I
hey
got
man,
you.
go ahead, bro. But
Sure.
listen, guys. It was great talking with all y'all on the
All right.
podcast. We have within 7 days for the draft. I wish you all good luck this season. We
You
will
two
see
all.
each
Thank you.
other at the draft, and I wish you all good luck. And I hope for the best for all you guys. And yeah, man. I mean, good luck to everyone, and I appreciate you guys for coming
Appreciate
on.
that.
Yeah,
Looking forward to
anytime.
see you all next